Welcome and howdy to Retro Repair Roundup, episode number 10 with special guest Justin D. Morgan and Ron Weird Floating Sunglasses. I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, but I love them anyway. So, tonight's episode, again, we have Justin on the stream. Thanks for being our guest, Justin. And tonight we're also giving away the Macintosh SE.
Yes.
Right, we're finally all here, and life got out of our way, so we can actually get stuff done. So, okay, just making sure. Somebody said no sound, so I had to double check and make sure we actually have sound. So, yes, we do. Adam, it's your computer. Not Adam, Dave. It's your computer. Reboot and come back.
Make sure you come back here and not somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
IT.
Y'all come back now.
Try turning it off and turning it back on again.
Yes. A little business to get out of the way first. Again, thank you all for stopping by. Remember to lasso that like button and smash the subscribe so that you will know when we're doing these cool things. And so YouTube will tell your friends about our cool stuff, and we can all hang out as one big retro repair family. So, to start off with, we have absolutely no plan tonight. We kind of sort of have some show notes. We've all been really busy lately, so we kind of just jumped in and we're doing the thing. So, who wants to start? Usually we start with our special guest, and that is Justin D. Morgan. Say hi to everybody, Justin, and tell them a little bit about yourself and what's going on in your world lately.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Justin D. Morgan, host of Computerized Start on YouTube. My channel is named Justin D. Morgan, as is displayed right in front of me, and I can't stand trying to point at things in the YouTube screen. And for the record, I'm just waiting for YouTube to change where the title cards are right as soon as I learn to point at the wrong, whatever. Anyway, so lately I have been working on several projects, including my Macintosh 2CI, which I'm trying to restore as part of my domain's 23rd anniversary. And for those of you wondering, wait a minute, that's an odd number. Well, of course it is. 23 is a prime number, and I am a math geek. So just forget about those 5-year anniversaries. Unless you're married and it's your wedding anniversary, then you'd better remember them. Don't use me as your excuse. But when it comes to domain names, I say prime numbers are just as great for celebrating. I registered the domain on a 2CI or a 2CX. Since I can't remember exactly which one it was because they look so much the same, I picked the better of the two machines, and I'm having wonderful fun trying to get it to work. So that is probably, and the 2CI is on my workbench right now. So that is what I've been up to lately.
Great. Cool. So what kind of stuff do you do on your channel? I know you're doing repairs, but I also know you're not solely a Mac guy. You do lots of other stuff too, right?
No, I like to look at computers from my generation. So I am not just a Mac guy. So I have a fondness for lots of computers. In fact, some computers I've never used before. I know another computer I have down in the basement, and it's next to go after the 2CI, and it's an Amiga 1000. Ooh. And I have never used an Amiga. So this will be fun, not only because I need to recap it, and it seems to be an early revision of the logic board that, for some reason, isn't covered by some of the cap kits out there or cap lists.
Yeah.
But it was baking in a Virginia attic for probably 30 years. That's my estimate.
Wow. Cool.
25 to 30 years. So yeah, it's past done. It needs to get recapped, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, those MOS chips are going to fire right up.
Yay!
Yeah, Ataris, Amigas, Commodores, Apple.
Atari. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Hey, if it's a computer my generation grew up with and learned on, it's fair game on my channel.
Or Javier's case, boom, Atari.
Yeah.
We love you. You know we do.
Yes.
So, Like I said, we don't. Our plan is so like specious today. It's just like what even is our plan today. So I'm looking at our schedule, our notes, and it's like empty. So we're just gonna kind of roll on to the what you're working on section. This is a section where we all like to talk about the cool, neat things that we are doing right now. That do not involve the acquisition of some new toy, because we have another section called Recent Gets that does a separate thing.
Ooh.
Justin, you kind of already talked about what you're working with. You're working with your 2CI. Have you had any particular glitches or issues with that you'd like to share some sort of piece or wisdom about the repair of that computer yet?
Well, I do know that I have gotten the machine to the point where it will chime.
That's good.
So that baby steps. It will chime, and luckily I have bought a new speaker for it because the speaker that came with it was dead, which gave me a scare because you plug the speaker in after you've recapped it, you power it up, and
it goes. Bleh!
It did nothing. It was silent.
Oh.
I mean, the power supply fan was spinning, but no sound. And when you have no sound coming from a Mac, there's that chance that, oh no, something's bad wrong with it, that it didn't even read the ROM.
Yeah.
But luckily, someone quickly pointed out, well, check your speaker with the multimeter, and sure enough, it was open. Yeah. So plugged in a set of headphones, and luckily it was chiming.
It's a bad day when the speaker goes bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that speaker had a rough life wherever this thing was stored. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I've gotten it to the point where it will chime, and then that's where it stops. Mm-hmm. I can hit the interrupt button and get death chimes. So I know it's doing something. However, I never get a video signal. So
I caught that stream where you were working on that. Didn't you try a second card, and you didn't get video out of the secondary card either? Or
yes, I've tried the onboard video and 2 new bus cards, and I have no video signals out of anything.
Like you gotta do what I do. Just yell at it real loud. Scare it into submission.
Works. I know about it.
Well, maybe I'll try that, or I'll threaten to send it to someone. Although, unfortunately, I figured out that doesn't really help when it comes to computers. Yes. You can threaten all you want, but unless it's threatening pulling all its chips, they usually don't listen.
Gotcha. So, Rudy, what are you working on? I'm skipping over you, Javier, because whatever, I don't know. It's random stream today.
Random, yay!
What's going on in your world? Aren't you doing something with the Commodore PET or something?
Oh my God!
Ooh, spaghetti!
Oh God!
I've converted this mess of wires to a prototype board for my Commodore PET 4032. And it'll allow you to output composite video, so you can have a second monitor. Wow. Or the cool thing is that if you're working on one, you can they open up like a car hood. The whole thing just kind of lifts right up, and it's a real pain to work on the monitor section if there's a problem. So this will help you determine, is it a monitor section, is it a main board section, and even if it is the main board, you can have the external monitor on the side, so you can actually work on it outside the case if you wanted to too.
Nice.
Sorry, I had to put that up there. That actually sounds like it's a really cool diagnostic tool for that specific issue. I haven't had the opportunity to work on PETs because I have not in my entire life, other than in one museum once, ever physically been close to one to be able to recognize it was a PET. So
it says PET.
Well, I know. Recognize it. This has been Roseanne's World of Facts. Anyway,
yeah. So the thing with the PET is that because the way it opens up, it's very heavy and you can't see the monitor. If you unplug it and want to pull it off because you want to desolder some of the memory and you want to do some testing, it's a real big pain. This way, you can plug the board, and the board will also have, for the earlier PETs, the PETs 2001 series, because there's several series of 2000, 4000. The Europeans have 3000, and then there's a Super PET. And the 2000 series doesn't have a speaker. So the 4000, mine does, but the old one doesn't. So what I'm including in the board is an audio jack, so you can actually plug in speakers.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. And
I
where does it
figured-
plug into the machine?
Well, on the back, I should have got it out, but on the back there's 3 ports: a cassette port, a user port, and IEEE port. So this would plug into both the cassette for power +5 and then the user port. But I want to make one board that goes into both and then has a ports on the back, so you can plug in external, cassette drive or whatever else you want to plug into it.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Sweet.
That will be coming around soon.
Nifty.
Yeah, I was actually working on a similar project to that, Rudy, at one time, but unfortunately, it was on the heavy pet, and I got in a bunch of trouble with our youth pastor. So I was a teenager at the time. I just didn't know better.
That's all I have to say.
Oh, Jeremy, how dare you start before I get here? Hey, we were early, but you were late, or something. I don't know. Stand by. I'm switching my inputs here. And now it's like super loud, and now I'm deaf in my right ear. Okay, now we're back to normal. So, Ron, what are you working on? You're working on some related video thing too, aren't you?
I guess. So I got up this morning at the butt crack of dawn.
Got out of bed and dragged the coat
to start. This is the second show I've been on today, pitching this little item. If you don't mind, would you put me focus for a second? Just right
now.
No. Darn. That's Justin. We look nothing alike. I'm wearing a fez. So hold on, let me fix my fez. All right, there we go. Okay. So the doodad, I posted about this on Twitter, and yes, I realize I used the wrong little footprint image for the capacitor. Don't worry, it'll be fixed in a future revision. But anyway, this is my Universal Plus SE Classic TTL video adapter. I watch people make all these cool donations of their time and talents to the community, and I thought, well, I have time but no talent, so I might as well get busy on giving something back. So this is just a basic TTL video output for those machines. A million years ago, Larry Pina wrote the Macintosh repair guide and stuff. Whoops, and he describes this circuit in the book, where basically what you're doing is you're taking 5 volts, you're taking horizontal and vertical sync, the video connection and a ground, you're feeding it into a XOR gate, and then you have some outputs kind of on the other side that will allow you to plug that into what at the time was a pretty easy to find thing, TTL displays. So if you were like, oh, I've got this black and white 9-inch Mac, but I'd really like to have like a 12-inch amber display or something.
Wouldn't want their 9-inch to be a 12-inch.
Right, it's true. It's wishful thinking. That's been my problem my whole life. So
problem.
It's true. But the whole idea was to make a board where, because if you try to find some of the old school ones on eBay, gosh, they're so expensive, like $70. I think there's one on there right now. Total cost on parts on this is like $2. So the idea is make it, release it out into the community, let people change it around, do whatever they want to do, and just have fun with it. So I'll be spinning some of these up shortly, and then I will go ahead. Yeah, and a lot of people were like, because I think the timing when I started talking about it was kind of poor as well, because people were like, what the hell is this? But Joe did point out some design issues that'll be resolved on future ones. I just wanted to try to make this as generic as possible use case wise. So as you can see, you could do like an inline connection where you would take the connecting board that connects the cable that connects the analog board with the motherboard, like in your SE or something like that. You could clip the cables. You could put this in line if you wanted to. Or if you were one of those people that was going to make like a cat Mac or something, where that was there was another book that was called like, build your own Macintosh and save a bundle kind of thing. They describe these type of adapters for in turn using PC displays and stuff like that with a generic, with like a Mac motherboard mounted in a generic PC case and all that. So I this has been something that I've wanted to do forever, and I've never had the friends or the support that I do now. So it was never a reality, but I've been able to lean on some very some luminaries in our community that have been so kind to help me, Joe and Eric Helgeson and Steve and others, to kind of give me feedback on this and sometimes just take me aside and tell me when I'm doing a really bad job. So thank you to everybody. I'll probably have a video on my channel in the next couple of days doing a solder up on one of these, because this is also just a fun little solder project because it's just real simple. It's hard to do it wrong. I mean, I tried and even I couldn't get it wrong. So
cool.
So thank you.
That is awesome. I'm really looking forward to that being out there. Even though I don't have a monitor that I could hook up to my classic Mac, I still think it's a cool project.
Or even if you wanted to, because I put these big pads over. Oops, sorry. I put these big pads over here as well. You could solder in a custom like DB9 connection or something and connect the RGB to HDMI, which is that modern scaler. Or if you've got a RetroTink, or if you have a what of that GBS 8200. That's not correct. Somebody in the comments will correct me. But one of those scalar solutions, you can hook it up to your scalar solution and then maybe put an LCD screen inside your Mac Classic 2 or something like that, or clone your video out for doing streaming on a like on real hardware, so you can play Shufflebutt Cafe in as clear as it's ever been.
Nice.
Awesome. Me likey.
Yeah.
Cool. I have some stuff going on. Too many things.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I apologize in advance to everybody if I seem a little bit down and weird. I'm really tired today. So if I'm not my normal super energetic self, I apologize. Adam McGee says Shuffle What Cafe. Did you say Shuffle Butt?
I might have. It's a Freudian slip.
So now we know what's on Ron's mind. But yeah, the big thing I'm working on right now is I use the term reverse engineering. It's more like, I don't know. Reverse engineering isn't quite correct, but we'll just use that term. Reverse engineering the MM5740 keyboard encoder that are in the Datanetics Apple II keyboards. It's basically my last step in having a fully 100% universal replacement keyboard chip for Apple IIs. My current encoder has been confirmed now to work in the Apple II Plus, and I have a firmware update for that. All the way up to all of the Apples that use that, which is everything but basically the Apple II GS, because it's special. And it also works in the Apple III and the Apple III Plus, but this allows me to support those much older ones. A gentleman from the community whose name I don't remember at the time because it's over there with the keyboard, loaned me his keyboard so I could do actual functional unit testing, because I don't have a keyboard with that encoder in it. So hopefully when that's done, I'll be able to have that as the final universal keyboard option. I do want to note, just for reference, there is already a keyboard option out there, I believe, for the MM5740. There are a couples. One of them is someone who sells a replacement chip who's in the European Union, but will not ship outside of Brussels. So it's there, but you can't get it. Also, Reactive Micro, I believe, is still selling a super encoder, which is beyond what my project is trying to do. His actually gives you a PS2 keyboard output, so you could connect an external keyboard. It's a lot more complicated than my project. So I just wanted to announce those other two options out there, just to let everybody know. I'm not the only one in this game. I'm not here to
Joe, do you have an idea when they'll be on your site?
Good question. I don't know.
Tuesday.
Years from now, probably.
Tuesday.
Funny.
Yeah. Which Tuesday?
This coming Tuesday.
No.
Next
Absolutely
Tuesday, AD.
Next Tuesday, AD.
Joe, I heard you have something interesting on your site now.
Yes, I have a Bitcoin miner running in the background. So you visit and I make Bitcoin. You make sure you visit my website and just leave it open in your browser. No, seriously though, on jcm-1.com. Hey, there's Steve. Steve, if you're available later and want to jump on the stream, let me know in like the Discords or something. Because we would love to have you on, by the way, when we give away the Mac later, because you helped contribute to that. Anyway, back to where I was. jcm-1.com. We just released a cool little toy called the Tiny Comp, which I don't have one at hand, again, because it's in my parts pile over there, but Javier has one if he wants to show it on the screen. The Tiny Comp is a general-purpose, universal composite video encoder doodle thing. It is the simplest little transistor-driven circuit. And I'll make you like full screen. Not you. Show everybody. So what this does is it allows you to connect it to the RF output of most computers, or most of those old computers, and it converts it effectively to composite. So you just connect that to the correct wires on the inside of the machine, connect that to an RCA jack on the outside of the machine, and if you've got a machine that doesn't have composite output, now you do. This was a design that was inspired from several different designs that Rudy then put together as a single design. We worked back and forth, and he did the final testing on like 5 or 6 different systems, and now you can buy those on jcm-1.com. You can get 2 of them for $10. They're insanely tiny. They're super cute. They're adorable, and they have a smiley face on them. How can you resist that?
Joe, I'm just kind of curious. Would this make a good gift for mom?
Yeah.
Your mom is into Tandy TRS 80 Color Classic 2s? Yes.
She is.
Well, there you go.
Awesome.
I think it says your mama over there.
Yes. They are so cute that if you're having a bad day, you won't be having a bad day because they're just so cute.
Adorable. If you look at if you go to jcm-1.com and look at the image, it's smaller than a US quarter. It's tiny. It is so small you can shove it inside the machine literally anywhere you want. You just double side tape it somewhere, it's out of the way and it's done. And it's a non-permanent mod. Yeah, there it is on top of a blue SCSI. Look at how small that little guy is.
Mm-hmm.
And so because you're just tapping into existing lines, it's non-permanent. You don't have to remove your RF encoder or anything like that. You just pop that in there and boom, you're done. And Javier, okay, there he was. He was like half blurred and like stopped there for a second. I'm not sure what that was.
I was going to quote Adam McGee, but I better shut up.
So yeah, that's a cool thing. Again, thanks to Rudy for doing all the hard work on doing that and allowing me to sell those on my website. So
yeah, and the really cool thing I found out with that is that I have an Atari 2600 console, and I popped it inside, and I left the RF modulator so I could have two screens. I have the television and a monitor running at the same time, so it's kind of neat. You can do both, and it works on the Atari 600 XL. I've done a mod for that. I've used it in Timex Sinclair 1000. Both computers only have RF output.
Those Timexes need that thing. Their RF output on those is atrocious. It is it's like if you grew up in the 80s, it's like on that Sunday morning you turn on the TV and you were getting a channel from like 4 states away and you're like, do we have a new that's what it's
I don't know if the video was worse or the keyboard.
Yeah.
The keyboard.
But there's pictures on my website. It makes the video coming out of that perfectly crystal clear. It's quite crazy how well this little like 4-component circuit does its job. So,
yep.
I mean, I didn't think I had any Russian language channels in my area, but it found them.
I love your references, even though I have no idea what they're to. I'm sure somebody out there gets it.
I mean, you watch. I mean, you might see a nipple every so often, but it's just who's got that kind of time?
I think the hat's getting to him.
It might be too tight. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's like when the wizard gave Scarecrow the diploma. Shit. All right. Okay, much better.
So we're getting a lot of questions about the outputs of these videos. Does it work on the Coco 2? In theory, yes, it absolutely should. I know this from reference because I was trying a couple years ago to create a video output or a composite output out of a Coco 2 using a much crappier, worse design. And it's possible. You just have to hook it into the right pins. We don't have instructions for that yet on the website, but it's basically, it's like ground video and 5 volts. Like you just have to find the right RF output inside the machine, and it clips all of the radio frequency junk out basically, and just leaves you with the clean composite signal. That's what it does. So yeah.
Hopefully I'll be doing a video on the Coco 2 because I'm converting my Coco 2, and I'm also thinking of using that, doing that as a live stream.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So it'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to that.
So the first 3 hours will be me soldering these tiny little board. And the last 10 is okay, it's working, yay!
Yeah. Seriously though, this kit goes together in like 2.5 minutes. It is just and like 2 of those minutes is fiddling with the three legs on the stupid transistor because those are always a pain in the butt. But that's just transistors. So yeah, it's super awesome. I want one, Adam. I want one that does HDMI same size and everything.
But has a full-size HDMI port.
It's bigger than the HDMI ports, right? Or smaller, I should say. So yeah. So that'll be super, super duper cool. So what do we want to move on to next? Do we want to talk about cool toys we've gotten recently? Do we want to do that? Is that a thing we want to do?
Do we want to do that, or do you want to do the giveaway?
I think we should hold the giveaway here for just a tiny bit because see if we could. Did Steve say he could get on?
Steve said if we give him some sort of like audiovisual cue to jump in the stream.
Okay.
Technology.
This is.
I also have to kind of like give him the stream link because he doesn't have it.
Sure.
Steve, I gave you the stream link in the Discords. There you go. You can jump in, I guess, whenever you want, I suppose. So what are we? I lost. Oh gosh, no! I lost my other window. There's the show notes. Okay, cool. Rudy, didn't you get a 6502 Romulator? What's that about?
Yes, I've ordered it. Should be coming the next day. Actually, I thought we have it before that, but it's called a Romulator. It's from bitfixer.com. And what it is a board you pull out your 6502, pop it in the board, you pop it into the slot, into the socket, and it allows you to replace the memory and ROMs on your computer with this board. So the cool thing is that let's say you're having a problem with your Apple II, VIC-20 or PET. They all have 6502 processors. You can pop it in, and then externally you can actually take edit the configuration, and then once you put it back in, you can say, okay, boot up with only the RAM on the motherboard or only the ROMs, for example. So it's great for diagnostics. And I'm
switching different address spaces and stuff like that to try to diagnose different parts of the machine, or
yes. So for example, let's say your 2 Plus is completely dead. You can pop this in and say use its own memory and its own ROMs and boot it up. And if it works, you know that, okay, well, some parts of the boards are not working and some parts are. And then you can just say, okay, only use the RAM that's on the Romulator. And then you'll know, okay, maybe the ROMs are bad, and you can go from there. So it's a great little tool. I saw 2 videos from Adrian Black. He did a VIC-21 and one for the PET. And I reached out to Michael from BitFixer. He says, yeah, I should work on a 2 Plus, no problem. And then together we'll be working on making an adapter for the 2E.
Whoa, what happened to? Did Rudy's audio cut out, or is that just me?
No, it dipped
Cut out.
I didn't do it. I swear.
You're back, Rudy.
Start
no.
over again?
Okay, no, yeah, it was just only there at the end. That was weird. It was right when I let Steve in, your audio went out, and I thought like StreamYard did something weird.
Well, basically, what I was saying is that the on the 2E,
I'll plug him back in.
on the 2E, the processor is 65 CO2. So we'll be making an adapter that will work for the 2E. So that'd be great. It's a great little tool for helping doing some diagnostics on really troublesome boards.
Cool.
I feel hatless again. Oh, wait, hold on. I have a hat.
I have to wait. I've got to rearrange it. So now all the top row match and the bottom row match, and those who know what the match is know what I'm talking about.
I hope you like my hat. Oh,
It's more like a mask.
Yeah.
Authentic
Steve,
Radio Shack.
You're supposed to pull it all the way down and then apply
And
duct
then
tape.
tie it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You tried that when I was over, and you, despite my wife's encouragement, didn't work.
Oh man. Anyway,
I just joined and we're off the rails already. I apologize.
We're getting the crackly thing.
There's
from
some
Yeah,
feedback
everyone's on
now,
it.
Steve.
I'm not using that microphone. It's unplugged.
Is it in the
It's
same
definitely
room?
you, Steve.
Steve, we need a young priest and an old priest.
Is it better now?
it's better.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't even have that microphone connected. This is the webcam, and I'm on a different computer, so I don't know what's going on. But
It hates you.
it does. So let's get the giveaway over with before I implode.
There you go, Steve.
Oh.
That was good for you.
It's the webcam. There's the here. It's not even anywhere near, and it's not plugged in. See this? I don't know what's going on.
It's wireless.
Wireless curses.
Yeah.
That would be why this stream might be brought to us tonight by technical difficulties. Batteries not included. Technical support extra.
Call Comcast near you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, what do we want to do next? Do we want to do the magic thing where we give away that machine? Do we want to do that?
Let's
do
give it
that.
away. Let's give it away.
Do it.
I hope I win.
Let's give it away now. So, let me see if I can do a screen share doodle. Because we're gonna do this live. Share screen. Share screen. Select window or screen.
If you say it slower, it might work.
Ignore all my tabs at the top because I use tabs and not bookmarks because I have enough memory to do it.
What is hotapple2action.net? What are you looking at there, Joe?
Dude, you have no idea. You're missing until you've gone there.
Steve,
Wow.
do you also, or I'm sorry, Joe, do you also have an OnlyFans account? Because I love,
OnlyFans.
I'm just saying,
No,
as Mexican desserts go, it's tops.
I
Dude,
prefer
I'm telling you, really,
onlyribbons.com.
it's the alternate OnlyFans, and those Noctua DH15s are like the big winners there.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, everybody just loves to watch them spin all day long.
I know. Get James Wages in there; he'll tell you all about them.
Anyway, so we have the comment pickerdoodle here that we are using to pick the winner. So the rules were you had to go over to the video and put a comment with hashtag RRR giveaway, which is so tiny you might not be able to see it, but whatever. And we have it so like duplicates are filtered out, and we are filtering comments based on that specific text. I'm going to click this one last time. We have 92 unique comments. So when I click this button, it's going to spin a doodle and it's going to pick one of those random people from those list or from that list to be DOS winner of DOS machine. Are you ready for me to click the button?
Hold on, I forgot to enter.
Yeah, me too.
Are you ready? Let's get ready.
Like Ron, like
Go.
no.
Engage.
Clicking the button.
Clickety click. Barbara Trick.
Have one and I love this.
Yay!
Happy Merchantage RRR.
They're in the chat too.
That is our
Nice.
So
nice.
here's the deal. If they're listening,
They're
they
in
are.
the chat.
They are.
They're
in
right
the
there.
chat.
They are in the chat. You won the Mac SE. Look at that. You are awesome. So, we're going to need you to get in contact with us. Did we determine how we were going to set up that contact?
I thought that
figured that out.
I thought that it was just that they were going to go to our Linktree, linktree.com RRR. I think that's the link. Let me put it in chat here.
Yeah, throw it in there and we'll do the thing.
You're silent.
You are silent.
Takes a second.
Beat it.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a crunchiness. There is a little bit of somewhere.
We'll have to figure it out. I think if you just go to our about page,
Yeah.
you should be able to in turn click like the email address and email us through our
Yep, I will see if I
Google,
can find
Google's
to make it super easy for you as well.
Yeah.
Just put the email address on the screen and flash it like the email address on the screen.
Yeah.
How come Steve sounds like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica?
That is the email address. So if you email us there, we will get in touch with you about how to get that wonderful, awesome, refurbished Macintosh SE30, not SE30, SEFDHD to you. So awesome sauce. So, yeah, things. Let's get rid of that. And now we're back to normal. Yay! Congratulations. Yay. And then here's the link tree there. Yes, there's the other way you can get a hold of us. Or just yell really loud. We'll hear you.
I'm still a Cylon. I'm still a robot.
Yes, you are.
Still a robot.
You're still a robot.
I'll just go. I'll just go.
Hey, well, it's important to say while Steve is here is that Steve was the one who very graciously donated the keyboard and mouse and ADB cable to all this. So thank you very much, Steve. It's a big expense and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you, sir.
Sounds like first of all. It's right. Disco dancing.
Again, thanks to Steve for of course donating the keyboard and mouse. Thanks to Rudy for donating the machine itself and coming up with this entire idea for us to give it away to one of our awesome viewers. Thanks to Javier for doing an insane amount of absolutely stellar retro brighting to that machine. It looks brand new.
Yep.
Thanks to Ron for dealing with the world's crappiest Lido driver over and over and over again, and destroying images back and forth a million times because stupid Lido drivers. To do, he had the hardest job, honestly, dealing with all that mess.
I was like, "What the hell is going on?" I was like, "Why is this broken?"
Would boot and not boot, and boot and not boot, and it was yeah. But he got all that software on there for you, along with a load of games and programs on there, so you're ready to start and get going. And I did a little bit of stuff. I refurbished the floppy drive, cleaned out the entire inside of the machine, made it all dust-free, and gave the logic board a complete once-over to make sure it was okay, double-checked the analog board, and I even put in a brand new CRT without burn-in, so it is perfectly new. So 100%. Mm-hmm. So congratulations to you, Have One and Havland, maybe is what that is, Havland, for winning the Macintosh SE. Sweet, cool. So now we've got we've got like half of the stream still left. So what are we doing?
We were talking about new acquisitions.
Yeah, that's right. Who's got a cool new toy or thing that they got recently?
No?
Nobody.
Nobody. I actually have a new multimeter for the basement.
Oh, cool.
As soon as I can integrate it into my setup. And interestingly enough, out of the blue in my YouTube video feed this morning, I saw that Fixed Until Broken did a video on the same multimeter that I bought for my basement.
Cool.
Because he bought it so he could have the multimeter readings on screen while he's doing troubleshooting and streams. And that's why I bought it. So
Gotcha. So it's got basically a video output that you can pull into a capture card and show.
it's got a serial port, and there's apparently a program that you can run on the PC and then use OBS to show the window of that program.
Oh, that is awesome. That is crazy. So you don't have to have a dedicated camera and all of that stuff
Right.
just to show it. That's nice.
Because I've given up on trying to point cameras at screens of diagnostic equipment because it usually doesn't work that
Jack
well.
says, if you have a separate basement multimeter,
You have a basement?
I'm not in the
That's
basement
extra.
right now. So, yeah, but it's a Fluke 45. It's an older multimeter, but it works great. It has that serial port.
It's an
So-
older multimeter, but it checks out.
of course, everybody's saying, is it a Kai Wheats multimeter? Is it a Kai Wheats multimeter? No.
It is not a Kai Wheats multimeter.
No.
So
I have a Kai Wheats multimeter. It does a good job. It's okay.
I have nothing against the Kai Wheats multimeters, but none of them have a serial or Bluetooth output. So they did not meet my requirement of if I'm streaming and I'm troubleshooting, I would like everyone to see what I'm doing along with me, because the collective knowledge of the people in the chat, if they can see what's going on, they might have an idea.
Yep. Absolutely.
So that's why I've got the scope that has the VGA output that I've pulled up on screen, and that's why I've wanted to have the multimeter on screen so that you can see what I see.
And now
I'm waiting for the Starlink adapter for it.
Joe has 7 Kai Wheats multimeters. No.
7.
No.
It's more like 17.
I don't have 7 rooms in the house. What would I do? Steve, I prefer a Kai Weeps. Q848.
I will say, if you're going to invest in a bathroom multimeter, the Kai Weeps is probably the way to go. It's,
Yeah.
you want one in every room.
Kai wipes.
Yeah, the Kai
Get
wipes.
the waterproof case,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
because you never know when it's going to rain.
that's true.
We are off the rails. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Javier, didn't you get some cool board or something for your Apple IIc that you just did a video on?
Well, it's not and it's not new. I had it for a while, but it's ZRAM Ultra 3 that runs CPM.
Ooh.
I just did a video on that. Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
so it makes an awesome computer boring. Got it.
Yeah, it has. Shut up.
Javier, does that board run at 4 megahertz?
No. Well, actually, it would. If you put a 4 megahertz CPU, yeah, it will. It will work. Yeah.
Nice.
I used to have it with a zip chip. Yeah, so it worked.
Are you talking about the Apple II itself, or are you talking about the Excel or
The
brain?
card will work with any accelerator. Meaning, that's what I meant.
So if you have the zip chip in it, it'll work.
Yep,
Cool.
and CPM will be fast.
WordStar rocks.
Fast CPM. Yeah, but other than that, I've been just trying to do 3D printing for. Yeah, and you being part of this, I've been trying to do this is the volume control for the Apple IIc Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a bunch of them because.
Oh, Apple IIc pluses? Just send one
Yep.
my way.
Okay, well, if you need a volume control, we can hook
No,
you up.
I need the 2C plus. Just send that my way.
Oh, okay, I'll send you all these.
Then when you get your 2C plus, you're ready.
So yeah, I've been just making it better and better, and we're gonna do in. Joe is making them in the platinum color, so they match.
Do they tend to?
Nice.
Those switches tend to break?
They tend to know. What happens is that when you open an Apple IIc Plus keyboard, this thing it's just put on top of it. So when you open it, normally it just
It'll just fly
flies
off.
out.
Oh, I
A
see.
lot of people, yeah,
You just lose them somewhere in the office, in the bench or whatever, and they just disappear forever.
Just walk around without socks on. You'll find it.
Like Legos.
I'm telling you.
Somewhere there are people that have moved into houses and they find this little platinum colored nondescript thing and threw it away because they didn't know what it was.
Or they put on eBay for like $500.
That's right.
Because they did know what it was.
I believe that.
So yeah, and one of our community members, Jeff Mazer, who does the ROM exchange, the ROM X's for all the different Apple IIs. We're printing out some of those for him in the platinum as for tests, because he's one of those folks who is just some point in the past just disappeared. So yeah. Javier's doing lots of iterations to get it right, because apparently the slider switch, there's like 10 different slider switches. So trick is finding one that is finding the dimensions that's universal to work on the slider switches. So then he'll send it to me, I print it, and I send it to Jeff, and we do the thing. So
yeah. And then later it's going to be in Thingiverse, so everybody can download it and use it.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
Ron, did you get something new lately?
Yeah, I got a couple of new things. People have been very kind. I've been trying to finish up my PowerBook 100XX collection. And so I now have...
You missed an X there.
It's just 2 X's. Because it's... you could probably trim it down and show it on NBC on a Saturday night. So what I have here is I got another PowerBook 170. This one has got some... joint issue or screen hinge issues.
Has arthritis,
but it's actually like 100%. Like it's a maze, but it's like been rebuilt, but it's like not 100%, but it's okay. So I have a 170 now.
Cool.
I also had somebody send me a 160, which is really neat. Actually, this is a 145B that somebody sent me. Rudy sent me a PowerBook 145B.
Does it work?
Yeah, and it works. I had to do a little bit of stuff to it, but I got it working.
Nice.
So I have 145B. I also had somebody send me a 160. So I have a 160 now. I've also got my a 150. Let's see, what else do I have?
Do you have one for your basement?
Here's a 180.
So what you guys don't realize, maybe you haven't picked up on it yet, he's picking up the same one over and over again.
No, never. No. You will never
do that.
No, I'm not. No, I got
yes, a lot.
I got a ton of PowerBooks here.
Looks like you're holding an accordion.
So I got my 165C now. I got my 180C. So really, all I need to finish up my PowerBook 100XX collection, I need a PowerBook 140. And I need a PowerBook 165, and then that's it. And then I'll have the whole family. And if somebody had a PowerBook 190C, which I'm not super excited about that, I might be interested in doing some trading on that. But for sure, if you have some old dead PowerBooks, and I mean like if they're trashed, it doesn't matter. Broken screens, smashed hinges. I'm interested in whatever you got, because I just need extra parts. Oh, is that a 190C? Neat.
It wasn't the C. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. But I've been so I guess now I need a 190 and a 190C. But I was just trying to get all the 100 series PowerBooks just for fun. But yeah, if people have like junk parts or junk PowerBooks sitting around just stinking up your house, send them to my house to stink my house up.
Especially when the batteries explode, because then they go really stinky.
Yeah, that's how it is.
You just light that candle and you're good.
Eric says, "Hey, did you fix that 180C video?" No, I don't think, or I need to solder in new caps and see if that resolves the issue. But I've just not had time to do it yet. So, but soon.
Ron is building an extension on the house, and those PowerBooks are lighter and stronger than brickwork.
That's true. Just don't open them. And they last forever.
Here's the funny thing. What you might not know is that Mr. 50 Shades of Beige is Australian, so he spelled the word the way he says it. So stronger than brickwork. I'm kidding. I love Australians.
Hey,
No, you're not.
Bondi?
Bruce, if you're out there, he said it.
Bondi?
Bruce is out there.
Bruce, I saw him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He might have
No,
laughed.
I'm working on fixing up the rest of those power books, but that's the big thing that I've gotten recently. That, and I have like just a mess. Because I kind of live in the South, sort of, just a mess of blue scuzzy stuff that I need to assemble yet. And I went to start working on some things, and I realized that like I totally like I was missing like half my soldering stuff. I have no idea what I did with it. So eventually, I know it's Bondi.
Bondi.
Oh no, Jay says Bondi.
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 On the left side, we have Rankus Creations. On the right side, we have the House of Moth.
Yeah.
In France, they say bonjour.
I would tend to trust Bruce on this because at least he's from the correct hemisphere to know. It's, you know.
Oh man, that's funny.
Anyway, with that comment, where our subscribers is dropping.
Yeah. Ron, by the way, I may need. I was with somebody today that has a
biblically
a Macintosh portable.
Yeah,
and he had those lines on the video.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's from the thing that you're replacing, isn't it? The polarizer filter.
Oh yeah, it's entirely possible. If you've got actually I think I've got one right here that I need to no, that's
those like lines with little bubbles, something like that.
Yeah,
what are you doing,
I've
Joe?
got one here that I can show you. If you give me
ADHD, it's like my.
There we go.
Right?
I thought you were trying to pluck your eyebrows or something.
So here,
I have an object in my hand I'm messing with. It's just how I am.
Like here's a PowerBook 140 screen, and you can see it's got fingerprints and stuff on it, but you can see how it kind of looks. And then here is another PowerBook 140 screen. Oh, actually, this is out of 145B, but it'll illustrate the point.
There you go.
You see all that stuff on there.
Yep.
It's not scratches or anything. It's the it's the polarizer delaminating from the glass behind it. So what you can actually do, and I'm going to do a video on this because I played around with my PowerBook 150 and was able to completely remove the old polarizer. And I found a place in China that you can order replacement polarizers from. But the idea was that I'll do a video on how to properly remove the old polarizer, clean the display, and get it prepped and ready for a polarizer replacement. So
that's why.
Yeah, very nice.
My PowerBook 150 video. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and that'll be the one that I get all fixed up and ready to go.
No worries. Put it back in.
Yeah, it'll be
fine. Nobody will notice that you can't see it.
Yeah.
It'll buck out.
Anyway. Yeah. Cool.
Just get the Starlink adapter and you can watch it on your TV.
Yeah, that's it. It's I mean they're all it's just HDMI output on the back of those PowerBooks, right?
Right.
It's fine. So, actually, can I pitch another like cool little project thing while we're just kind of riffing here? Okay.
Dude.
So one of the things, actually, I got this in the mail recently. Very cool follower. Thank you so much. But my idea is with all of the, hey Javier, with all
never
of
picks the right person when you put it in that mode. It's just the way it is.
It just picks a random person until you freak out and like click somebody else. Just But the idea is now that with the Blue Scuzzy, how you can update the images and stuff over USB with the latest firmware. If you guys haven't read up on that, you go out to the project page.
Absolutely.
Eric Helgeson has a very nice updater utility. It used to be kind of difficult to update the firmware on your Blue Scuzzy. Now it's easier than it's ever been. If you have an older one, you will need one of those STI link adapter. I may have said that incorrectly, but you will need a firmware programmer. They're fairly inexpensive on Amazon. But long story short, my idea is that now that we are getting the ability to update the images and stuff via USB, I am working on, especially for PowerBooks, because I likes me some PowerBooks. If you didn't see the pile of PowerBooks I just showed you, the idea is a new replacement, because ain't nobody, if you've still got a battery in your Power 100 series PowerBook, it's probably because it's so wedged fat that you can't get it out. But the idea is I'm building a replacement cover for the battery compartment, and this is just a preliminary. The real one will actually fit. But the idea will be that you'll have a USB port, so that way that you can just plug USB into your PowerBook and then update your images and things like that, kind of not really on the road, because it doesn't have a battery, but when you get back to home base, you can update your images and stuff without having to take your whole PowerBook apart. Because again, even under the best circumstances with hinges and things like that, these things are still so super fragile, that you definitely want to try to avoid taking these apart and putting them back together as much as possible. And I think that will alleviate that issue for a lot of people with these older machines that want to use Blue SCSI.
Nice. Very nice.
Agreed.
Just something else I'm working on. Trying to give back after so many people have done so much to do so much for me in the community. And actually, one last thing that I'm working on. Everybody knows with the DB25 version of the Blue SCSI, how you have the SCSI port exposed. Just to give you like a little bit of FUD. I mean, who knows what sort of static electricity and stuff you could be. Just look what I'm doing right now. I'm stroking it through my hair. I mean, you could damage the ICs inside this device at any time, which is why I have this special 3D printed adapter cover that is completely ESD preventing, and you can place that over your DB25 on your Blue SCSI when it's not in use. They're only $399 a piece. Working on getting them UL listed. We'll see how that goes, but just be on the lookout for that as well.
Shut up and take my money.
I think I'll just order 100 blue pills from AliExpress. Just replace them when they go bad.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but it's like you never know. It's anything could happen if you don't have that connector covered. Your car could not start tomorrow morning. All your entire investment in Bitcoin could crash. I don't know.
Especially if you go to jcm-1.com with my new Bitcoin miner.
That's right.
Well, I'm just on the edge of my seat for my 0 Bitcoin investment to crash.
Awesome.
Oh, it's all in Dogecoin. I got it. When you really should have put all your money in RFTs, man.
I know.
Fungible tokens are the future of digital currency.
I missed my opportunity, and I regret it every single moment.
You should have got in on the ground floor, man.
I know.
It's the whatever that shit's called. It's like a byproduct of the coal industry. It's the coke dust of the 21st century.
Oh,
this show gets wackier every time we make a new one. I love it.
Just keeps going.
Oh, there you go. Fun guy from a fun guy. Cool. So anybody else got anything extra they want to talk about tonight? Anything cool going on? Any nifty things you want to talk about? Justin,
I want to hear more about Justin's channel.
Yeah. What? Wait, what? We talked over each other? What?
Oh, I just wanted to hear more from Justin about his channel.
Yeah. Justin, talk. I command.
All right.
Talk to us.
Yes. So I know the last stream I had, Joe was trying to fix my Emerson computer while I was trying to fix the 2CI. And so I am trying to line up another stream with another famous YouTuber And there might be a special guest during that stream if our schedules can align.
Ooh.
From another famous YouTuber. So, and one of those famous YouTubers may be on the screen right now, and I'm not referring to myself. So I'll just, so you can guess how you want, but I am going to get that 2CI working, and we'll get an update on the Emerson computer hopefully soon, because I would like to get the 2CI off my bench because I really want to get to that Amiga. I've had it for probably about 6 months now. And I really want to see it work. Oh, yes. Oh, lovely. Yes. If you haven't figured out.
About the Emerson is it's back in one piece. So that might give you people a hint as to the status of the Emerson.
Yes. Yes, it'll be a good update. I wish it was. I wish I could have had the success I wanted to have, but at least it will be a successful outcome, if not the desired successful outcome.
Yeah, to go back and talk about that a little bit, basically, you try to put a different processor on that. Is that what the situation was?
Yeah, I was trying to be the crafty person and do a period correct upgrade on this machine. And so I went out and I bought some V20s from UT Source, and I bought an FPU from UT Source. The FPU was, so all those computers have a socket for the FPU. So it just snapped right in and worked. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about that Emerson computer is, unlike most of the 88 computers that used a DIP processor, it actually used a PLCC processor that was soldered onto the motherboard.
Yeah.
So I had desoldered it and tried to put one of the V20s on, and nothing happened. I desoldered that V20, put another V20 on, nothing happened. And at that point, I decided that I am on thin ice right now with this board. It's probably not going to take me soldering another V20 on and risking it not working. So I tried to put the 8088 back on and destroyed 8 or 9 of the pads in the process. Yeah, pad death. It just, when I get the video out on that, which is going to be after I have the computer back at this rate, probably. But, oh, well, that's just the way my schedule and desire to work on this video went. You'll see that when I'm soldering the 8088 back on, at one point, the solder is just smearing all over the pins and is not, it's flowing everywhere but the board. And at that point, I then removed the 8088 because I had to figure out what was going on, because I could tell I had solder joints under and that's when I discovered pad death. Now, Thomas, I made a mistake. I should have probably ordered PLCC sockets before I started, but Joe pointed out something when he saw the machine, that given the way all those surface mount PLCC sockets work, the only way to have actually put one on that board successfully would have been to have reflowed it on.
Yeah, you need a reflow oven with the right temperature gradient, all that stuff with the flux paste in order to have got, or the with the solder paste in order to have done that. I don't have the tools. Even if I had a reflow oven, it wouldn't have been big enough to fit that board in it, because this is a big, huge main board, right?
I've got a reflow oven, and it's not big enough. Yeah,
and the way those PLCC sockets are designed, basically the entire pin of the socket lays entirely over the pad, and so you're trying to get solder underneath of it while heating it from the top and not like melting all of the plastic. It's not impossible, but it is very, very difficult to get.
I got it working once in an easy bake oven. Yeah.
So
made some brownies too. It was kind of cool.
So anyways, so that we'll get a conclusion on that project. I've got the 2CI, then I've got an Amiga 1000 up, and then somewhere along the line I'm going to throw in the LC2. It's fixed. The only problem is the power supply. The the connector was one of the wires was broken on the connector. I tried taking a donor power supply and taking its wire harness off, but what I didn't realize is I bought the wrong donor power supply, so it was the other brand, and the wires were too short. So when I put it all back together, it wouldn't reach. And then in the process of trying to fix that, I broke it even more. So now I just have to make an entirely new wire harness. Yeah, exactly.
I think we should have 1 month where we pick where everybody puts videos of things that they've worked on that kind of blew up. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, we're behind the schedule at this point because Javier's already done that like 10 times.
Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
It'll be like a Ken Burns series. It'll be like 10 parts. It's like, don't worry, guys. I'll get there one day.
Yeah.
Javier Burns. That's
and we're not even going to go to a certain project that I worked on my channel and live streamed like 20 bazillion times, and I'm just not even going to bring up the name of that project because I've given up trying to stream building it. It was getting like 1 view.
Oh.
So if anyone's wondering about the synthesizer I was building, you're probably not, because I had like I've looked at the metrics on YouTube. It got an average of like 1 viewer for 20 minutes.
It's a synthesizer.
No, there you go. There, that matches what you were saying, Rudy.
Yeah.
over.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that particular project, oh boy, was I destroying things left and right on it.
I have never, ever made a mistake ever, including on live stream where I soldered the resistor packs of Blue Scuzzian backwards. I have never done that. It is not on my live streams at 1 hour and 42 minutes and 15 seconds. So
it's at 1 hour, 42 minutes and 16 seconds.
So yeah. Ron, relating to repair, I fixed a video card or something for you. Did you ever get, or whatever that was? Did you ever get a chance to test that?
It's you actually fixed one of the PCI DOS compatibility cards.
That's right. That all I know is it's a big green card and it had a tiny little chip, and I had to put the chip in.
Yeah, I have not had a chance to test that yet because the 4400 that I'm going to put that in is still at work.
Okay.
So I'm trying to clear the decks because I only have so much room and it's all filled right now. So I need to actually purchase some shelving so I can get some of these things up off the floor and get them out of the way, and then I'll have more space to maybe do some of those other things. But soon, trademark, I will be getting to that, sir. Thank you so much for doing that.
Sure. I wanted to make sure that I'm staying on top of that, because if it doesn't work, I want to be around to be like, well, what did I screw up? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome sauce.
If it doesn't work, just taking a tiny comp adapter in there, it'll be fine.
It'll probably do fine.
Only like $10 on Joe's site.
But I bought that, or actually, no, I didn't even buy it. I wanted to, I was doing a trade with somebody, and they were like, oh, well, I've got an extra card, but I need a cable. So they're like, I've got 2 of the original cards, and they were like, but I need the cable. And I said, oh, well, send me your extra card and I'll trade you for a cable, because, there's aftermarket adapters now, but he wanted an original cable, and those are unobtainium. So I traded him, and he was like, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and send it. I've also got a PCI one. I'm going to put it in there. You can check it out and tell me what you think it's worth and all that. Well, what he did is the original box, because there's a collaboration video that Joe and I did where it's the original box. He mailed it in that, and he just put the cards inside the box. No padding, no static bags, no nothing. And so they just pinballed the whole time that they were in the mail. And the original card was fine, because that has like a big adapter. Yeah, it has a big metal L bracket around it to protect it. But that PCI card had no chance.
Nothing.
So what happened was there must have been one time that it hit just perfect, and it knocked the BIOS chip on the card off and tore a bunch of pads out and stuff.
Ooh.
So I had to tell the guy, I was like, hey, I got all the stuff in the mail, but the PCI card was damaged, and sent him some pictures, and he was like, oh, well, just go ahead and keep it. And so it sat on my shelf for a while, and then I sent it to Joe, and Joe was nice enough to do a little live stream and repair the pads and kind of add, like, reconstruct what needed to be reconstructed to get that chip back on.
Joe,
So,
I have a car with the heads broken off the engine. Can you fix that too?
maybe.
The pads
Phone
need to be
fix. I mean, I could probably get them reattached. I don't know if the engine would run. Is that a requirement? I mean, it'll be in one piece. It may be permanently a single piece when I'm done. No, I don't have. I have no idea what you're talking about. That is not a MIG welder in my garage. But yeah, cool.
Nice.
Anybody else have anything cool to add? Any questions from the audience? Because I think we forgot to even take questions from the audience.
Well, I think Thomas has a question for me here. He's asking me how the VGA card's going, and that I need to try to figure out when to put that in my streaming schedule. So soon.
What's this VGA card he's talking about?
He sent me one of those ISA VGA cards that Sergey did.
Oh, okay.
And so I have he sent me the card and it had some of the components on it, but he told me I had to source the Trident chip, which no problem. So I have the Trident chip. I bought it from UT Source. I actually bought two. So I've got the Trident chip. I have some extra memory chips for it. Yeah, always get more than one.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with the V20 processors, by the way, but unfortunately in that case, all three of them were.
Yeah, none of those worked. Yeah.
None of them worked.
Get more than one unless it's a wife, yes.
Yeah. So anyways, I've got the Trident chip. I've got some extra RAM for it. I have everything I need, or most everything I need. It's just scheduling it in the streaming schedule at this point. So yes, I will be getting to that soon too.
So you've had hit or miss success with UT Source?
Mostly success, but unfortunately, those V20 processors.
I don't know.
Were they just fakes, or?
I'd like to decap one of them and figure it out, because I don't know if I need to maybe go to the local college's chemistry department and say, hey, would you like a chance to play with nitric acid on these, or if maybe I do the Silicon Insider or not Silicon Insider, was it Evil Monkey Labs or whatever?
Put
it in a vise, take the heat gun from Harbor Freight and
it for 20 minutes until it
then break the I don't know. Either way, I do want to figure out what those are, because they do not appear to be V20s.
That seems to be quite common today, that you're getting chips from all kinds of places, and unless they're like a known good place, you don't know, you're getting counterfeit all kinds of. I just got a 6 counterfeit 2716 ROMs. I need to burn something for my pet conversion project, and it's like, what? And so then I took the rubbing alcohol, I applied it, and it wasn't even close. It's like, what is this number? It's like, so
Thomas, they did make them in the 44 pin, because I actually have the NEC data sheet and it does have both parts. So NEC did make them, but what I bought that had the marking on it did not work, because they were also pin compatible with the PLCC Intels. I checked the Intel and the NEC data sheets just to make sure the PLCC parts matched. But there we go. Joe got the microscope view up. So
that's the chip.
That is what I bought. The D70108L is the V20, although it says V20 on it. 10 is the correct speed grade for the 10 megahertz Emerson computer. And it's by all outward appearances, is the correct part. But none of those three work.
Shall we do the acetone test live?
Yeah, do it live. Do it live.
Just make sure you sniff it really good.
Dude,
I'll even give you a drum roll, Joe.
There you go.
I'm in such a weird mood today. I probably wouldn't mind.
Joe, go full screen.
Go full screen. Go full screen.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
And then answer my question, because I need to buy like a couple of 68882
Yes.
chips, and I've bought some from people through CPU Galaxy, and I've gotten okay deals and stuff, but I'm looking on UT Source, and they have like almost 35,000 units of the MC68882 FN33A, like you'd use with a I guess you could use with just a ton of machines, because I don't know that it really matters. I mean, you can
Ooh.
No boo boo.
What made it?
That's a legit chip.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They're
Still legit
bad
shit.
or really, really good knockoffs,
yeah.
or there is potentially a problem with your machine liking those chips.
Yeah.
I
Joe,
actually had that theory, but given the fact that you are not rubbing black paint off that chip, that actually looks more like flux residue that you're getting off
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
just that's just flux. Yeah, it's
Joe,
just
do you have any
Urine?
acetone?
acetone. That's what I'm using.
Oh, okay. Then
That's yeah.
Wow. That looks like
Yeah,
a real
here.
part.
I'll switch cameras here. I'll show you.
Did I maybe get
Settings.
real parts that were improperly stored, maybe?
could be.
Well,
But
they
yeah.
were originally from Chernobyl. So
That's why I've been feeling like crap for the past couple days.
well, I'm just saying that it's like all their robots. They put all those robots. They put them up on the roof of the building because they were going to like push some of the graphite and stuff back down into the
There
the
we go.
reactor core, and it just erased the chips. There was so much radioactivity, it just erased the chips.
I think Thomas Armstrong's onto something there. He
Yes.
says the V20 were picky on the BIOS. So maybe I had that theory, and maybe that theory or that hypothesis may be the best one to fit the scenario.
Yep.
Maybe that computer really doesn't like the V20.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It may be
And
because
some code that it just
I actually kind of wondered and hesitated actually sending it to you, Joe, because I was kind of wondering, well, could this BIOS have some code in it to keep people from doing this? After I'd put 2 on and it didn't work, but I was like, well, but then I also was like, well, I would also like the computer fixed.
Just send $10,000 and ship it off to Thomas. He'll take care of it.
Yeah. Anyways,
I did want to answer this one question Eric put in is, can we create a 20 switch VGA adapter converter thing? Bruce has one, but I've never found one. If somebody can find one and get it to one of us magical people, like me or Kai Robinson or, any one of us, we might be able to take that apart and reverse engineer it and figure out what the switches and resistor values and all that stuff could be. And then we could make one. Yeah. I mean, it's all those things, all that stuff. There's nothing really complicated in there. It's just a factor of knowing what switch positions are supposed to do what values to tell the Mac what the screen resolution is. So,
Yeah.
Also, I think VHS had a comment about those V20s of making a PLCC to DIP adapter.
yeah.
I actually started to design one in KiCad and then ran into a problem that KiCad doesn't have a built-in auto router. And that is like the least of my cares is to manually route an adapter. So I actually
Show that again. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm actually working on an adapter because I have another 8088 motherboard, and I would like to conclude once and for all, are those 3 chips real or fake?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we just saw it pass the acetone test. I would like to try the adapter to put it in a DIP socket.
I'd love to see it pass the hammer test.
Well,
what
You
about
just
the
put
lick
it on
test?
its side and you give it a whacky whack and you just does it split? If so, is it like those Pentium motherboards that had like the fake cache on them?
the embarrassing
Where is
thing is
Yeah.
I have about 10 more of those that I bought.
How much were
That's
they a
the-
piece?
I don't really want to discuss that because it's kind of sickening that I think I paid like $5 a piece for some of them.
Oh, I'll PayPal you $5. Joe, smash the shit out of that chip right now. Just,
Really?
Give it some.
Yes,
yeah.
you can
I
do
will
it.
go
Really.
PayPal. I'll
Give it
PayPal you
hell.
$5. Crush that thing.
Yeah, I'll pay.
We're gonna put
I'll
this
give
in
you
our
$5
highlight
to
reel.
go on PayPal.
You
Crush it.
switch to the overhead cam. All right.
Fire!
Well, ask for it.
Wait
No,
a
that's
minute,
not
wait a
the
minute,
overhead
Joe.
cam.
Joe, is this not the retro repair roundup?
Yeah, this is not a retro destroy roundup.
That's right.
Dude, I'm in a crappy mood. I need something to make me feel better.
All right, hey.
Break it.
Joe.
Did I say that word?
Joe.
Give
Joe,
it some
do it.
percussive persuasion.
do it.
Well, I came here tonight
Right?
to have fun.
Wait, Joe. Get a piece of like masking tape, like blue paint.
Yeah,
tape,
'cause everything is gonna
tape
be-
it, and then give it a whack because
then where-
that'll stop it from it'll crack, but it won't like fly everywhere.
Yeah.
Where-
Oh, I'm wearing glasses. It's fine.
Okay, all right. Just be safe. Safety first.
Yes.
What Ron's
Safety
really
first.
saying
That's
is
what I
he
always
doesn't-
say.
Just do it.
Increase the power.
Ron's really
Ew.
saying he doesn't want that one to fly off somewhere where you can't find it because then that's another $5.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, let's
That's
see.
gotta hurt. Oh,
Wow.
Oh my
didn't
god.
break.
It's
Do it again.
indestructible. Oh no, I did right.
It's the
You
corner's
did-
cracked.
Wow.
Finish it.
My
Finish
finger.
him. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie.
Put it in the microscope.
Oh,
Let's see. Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
Wow.
Fire.
That actually broke easier than I thought it would.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a reefa cap inside.
Yeah.
suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
Oh, that's counterfeit. Look at the parts inside.
Yeah, there's nothing inside.
Yep, nothing in it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's
No, there's that chip's right there. The die's right there.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's counterfeit dye.
Yeah, it is.
oh wait. Well, there's some
But
gold.
wait,
leaf
there's
to
more.
it. But wait, there's more. Yeah.
Is that a reset button in there in the center?
That's it.
Beep. Fixed it.
Oh, there you go.
Joe, when you get to the creamy nougat center, let us know.
Dude, if I find a creamy nougat center, I'm eating that nougat center.
Yummy.
Yeah, I have to smack it again.
It's a goner.
Yeah, yeah, Thomas is correct. There are only 40 pins used on that chip because 4 are no connects.
No, it's a V10.
Yeah, it's a V10.
Retro Ruin Roundup.
Yeah. Joe, please do not stab yourself.
Now that's how you smash
Dude,
the like button.
Dude, you have no idea.
I know. Just
Yeah, this is the like button,
Yeah,
and this
smash
is the
that
like button after you watch our show, right?
Yes.
Smash Bros.
Do it.
Smash
Yeah.
Bros.
If you like us getting to the bottom of retro repair roundup mysteries, smash that like button or lasso that like button and be sure to subscribe because you never know what mysteries they might try to solve next time.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you're in a better mood, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I feel a little bit better. Yeah, the endorphins they're helping.
Well, at least we know there was an IC
Now I'm
of
gonna
some
get
sort in there.
silicone poisoning. Anyway, let's not breathe that.
There's silicosis. There's worse ways to die. So.
Oh man, these content just like all these comments.
He's
if you
going
will.
to the factory.
Yeah, like I don't know what the chocolate factory comments are. Oh, from your caramel things.
Well, it did kind of look like there was a golden ticket inside of it while you were opening it up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Indestructible.
there you go. That ain't happening.
No.
Now, Joe,
we're not
Ron,
fixing it.
And we just
Ron,
destroyed it.
sorry, Joe. Ron will PayPal you $5 if you glue it back together.
Yes. Now it's reassemble.
It's reassembly time. That's how we reverse engineer.
Herb, you're killing me,
There
man.
you go.
Super glue.
Oh.
You got a sniffer.
We got a sniffer here, folks.
There used to be like a DIY channel that was on DirecTV, and there was a guy on there that was always doing stuff with like model airplanes and RC stuff and all that. And he was very obviously follically challenged, but he always wore like a little visor, and it had like the poof of like
Hair.
90s comedian college tour hair coming out of the top. And it was like, the cyanoacrylate. Like, it was just kind of like every video. And that was how he fixed everything. It didn't matter. He had one tool in his toolbox, and it was the right tool every time.
Three tools a hammer.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
And that is how you fix your chip problem.
That's right. That chip won't be causing anybody any problems now.
It is no more. It has ceased to process.
So what else are we going to smash tonight?
Back, Justin.
You can keep it as a souvenir, Joe.
Yeah.
You should frame it
Yeah, there you go.
and sell it. Sell it on your site there, Joe.
Because really, I've got like 7 more in the basement that I ordered for some stupid reason.
Final related joke. Do you know what happened? What you call a light emitting diode that no longer emits light?
What?
It's a dark emitting diode, a DED, because it's dead. Anyway, I think that was an awesome stream tonight, and I think we're about that 90-minute mark where we kind of wrap things up for the evening. Again, our guest tonight was Justin D. Morgan. Again, we had a mini robot guest for a short period of time of Mac 84 from, or Steve from Mac 84. I'd like to thank all of the wonderful people here tonight, Ron, Javier, and Rudy, who very graciously came together to put together our Macintosh SE giveaway, which we gave away tonight to Have One or Haviland, however they pronounce that name. So congratulations to them for winning the Mac SE. Again, contact us via those links we put in earlier in the stream so that we can get that out to you super duper fast. Thanks to everybody who came by tonight to watch us destroy chips and do whatever wacky off-script thing we decided to do tonight. Remember to lasso that like button and smash that V20. I mean, smash that subscribe button. So
We needed some salsa with that.
What's that?
We needed some salsa with that chip smashing.
Yeah.
Next time, smash it in the salsa.
Salsa for that chip. But yeah, so thanks everybody for stopping by. It was super duper fun. And we will see you all again on our next episode, which will be May 1st.
Y'all come back now, here.
See y'all later, guys. Thanks.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.